Hello once again from the Prim Reaper. I want to welcome you to a series that I've been looking forward to doing ever since I began this channel. That series shall be known as The Misuse of Words. Since I was a child, I've had a fascination with writing. Poems, short stories, novels. I in fact have a novel that I've been working on for some time, though it's so large in scope that I'm not even sure if I'll ever get it done with everything else I have going on. But either way, throughout my life, I've been struck by how language can simultaneously allow us to make concise points with pinpoint accuracy, but also to express amazing depth with lilting prose that can stretch on for pages. We have an expansive list of words to express seemingly any number of feelings. If you think about it, it's actually incredible how much power lies behind the words that we use. Well, it's incredible until you realize how much power is being removed from many of these words by their misuse. I'm sure all of you can think of several examples of words that have been co-opted or altered in some way or another by feminists and the far left. This may seem like a bit of a silly non-issue to some folks, but I think it's far more insidious and dangerous than it might initially appear, especially given how the most common examples of this seem to be happening in our institutes of higher education. Now, I know it's often over-referenced, but the book 1984 has a good, if dramatic, example of how words can be altered or even eliminated. In this culture, it's seen as a good thing to minimize the available words, to simplify, and to remove all emotion from them. Finding ways to cut out unnecessary words is often referenced with pride. In reality, this would be an incredible tragedy as it strips out a great deal of nuance and flavor from our language. It would be like taking all of the colors of the world and distilling them down to only 6 exact shades. But at least when these guys were trying to cut down on words in their creation of newspeak, they were doing it in the name of efficiency. I don't really know what the goal of the authoritarian left is, but I can tell you right now it's pretty damn far from efficient. There's actually a whole spectrum of alterations that are taking place. I won't get into the specific words now, I'll save that for the actual discussions that I'll be creating in the future, but I can provide a few broad examples to illustrate some of the changes I'm referencing. I'll stick with the color visual because it works well as a substitute for demonstrating what I mean, and for the pedants out there, assume that when I refer to mixing colors that I'm talking about pigment, not light. First, with some words, the meaning has been broadened so greatly that it basically means nothing anymore, as anyone with a functioning pair of eyes can see that the use of the word doesn't apply equally across all of the examples they're trying to use. Okay, so if you look at it more closely, I think you'll see that all of these things are green issues. But that's clearly a red issue right there on the end. Yeah, but if you think about it, green is for everyone, so these all totally fall under the scope of green. So, when the red support group has a meeting after class, you're not gonna go picket it and demand that it be shut down again? Dude, I'm obviously gonna go shut it down. It's green phobic. If they want support, they can just come to a green meeting sometime. With some words, they're trying to exclude certain elements from words that are supposed to be inclusive of all categories. The word colorism can affect every group, but purple has something that's known as purple privilege, as you can see right here. So purple people can't be the victims of colorism. They can only face color prejudice. Isn't the definition of colorism prejudice on the basis of color? No, well, yes, but it's different though. But isn't it colorist to suggest that one color can be treated differently from all the other colors? Oh my god, you are so blind to your purple privilege right now. With some words, they're trying to remove essential components in order to make it fit a specific agenda. And so, in order to be inclusive, we must accept that sometimes there will be greens that do not possess any yellow. No. If you remove all the yellow from green, all you're left with is blue. Wow, do you have any idea how exclusionary you're being right now? And in some cases, they're coming up with entirely new words or jargon that are largely unknown to the general public and becoming angry when people are confused or are not interested in attempting to remember it all. So I've taken some time to think, and I just want you all to know that I now identify as blurrine. Blurrine? I've never even heard of that. I'm pretty sure that that's not even a real color. That's because your trichromatic privilege prevents you from seeing anything not normally within your color spectrum. But your clothes still say green on them. How do you expect anyone to be able to identify or remember your new identity when you haven't made any effort to change your outward appearance? These and similar examples are what I'll be covering in this series. What is happening with the left's misuse of words is not making conversation clearer or easier to understand. It's not offering reasoned, well-thought-out alternative views of society. It does nothing but obfuscate meanings, confuse people, and divide different groups. It takes powerful words that used to be reserved only for the worst of society and makes them passé and easily dismissed. It takes what used to be precise and makes it complicated. It takes what used to be complex and makes it oversimplified. It gives the far left another way to feel superior over others and at the same time assists greatly in fueling the victim Olympics that is rampant in those circles. It is, in many different ways, a tragedy, and it needs to be addressed. In this series, I intend to go over as many examples of these words that I can find and talk about the ways in which I see each word being misused, both through the use of personal examples as well as examples I see in broader social landscapes. Although I do have a list of words in mind, I certainly welcome any suggestions from my viewers, and if it's not already something that I have planned, I'll definitely add your suggestions to the pile. I make no guarantees that I'll do these videos one after another. I may still interrupt this series with other things that come up, but this is something that I've been planning for ages and I wanted to introduce it more formally. So whatever may come, I'll try to have the next video out soon. For now, thank you for watching, and I'll hope to see you in the next one.